We're live. Oh man, I don't even know what time it is. I think it's 2 o'clock, but I don't even have a clock in here. I set this up in a section of my office I don't really use a whole lot, and there's no clock in here. I don't even know what time it is. And when you have it on, when you have Facebook Live on your phone, it doesn't let you see the time. So hopefully this is airing, and hopefully I can. Hopefully everyone can hear me. If you can hear me, please just let me know in the comments. That would really help. I am new to Facebook Live. This is only the second one that I've ever done. So Cameron, I see ya. Cameron wrote, you've done a lot of 9x12s. I see Chris Campbell too. You know what's good? I love Facebook Live because you can interact. Like, I don't get that when I'm doing a podcast or doing a pre-recorded video or anything. You can't interact with people. So that's like the great thing. Bob Lell's here. We got Bob Lell here, Chris Campbell, Cameron wrote. Bob Lell's, you drunk yet, Bob? First thing Bob says, I'm showing up with 2 beers in hand. He said, Friday's Miller time. Jeez. Bob Lell. Cameron Rowe is from, and thank you for coming on, Cameron. You're from Flint, Michigan, right? Isn't that right? From Flint? What do you sell a lot of marketing there, but what do you sell in Flint, Michigan? Are you just buying it all from yourself at this point, or? Flint, Michigan. Wow, unbelievable. Jeremiah, thank you. Mike, thank you guys for showing up here. I was worried that I was going to have like 2 people show up. Recently I saw Facebook Live, and it was like this huge presentation. Like they obviously had this thing set up like and planned for a long time. And I think I was taking a dump, and I was just scrolling through Facebook, and like I end up on this Facebook Live, and they're doing this presentation, and it says live 1 viewer, and I'm like, and then they go, oh, hey, Bob, thanks for coming. And I felt so bad for them, and I didn't want to click off because I was the only one that they were watching. Here come all the comments about drinking water in Flint. I think Cameron's advertising on all the water bottles. That's how he's getting so much business. Isn't the slogan for Michigan, Pure Michigan? I think they need to change that. Go help them out, Cameron. Oh, geez. Yeah, unbelievable. Chris Campbell, too. Thank you for coming. Chris Campbell, he lives in Wisconsin. Chris is in Wisconsin. I hope everyone doesn't mind I'm introducing everyone. I mean, we're like a family, right? Some of you may not know each other well enough, though. Chris Campbell lives in Wisconsin. So they're all cheeseheads there. So naturally, he runs a wine TV show. Yeah, on Roku. The problem is his only viewer is Bob Lell, who just keeps screaming it's Miller time every time it comes on. Cheeseland, whatever, yeah. Chris Campbell's heir to the Campbell family fortune. Not the Campbell soup family fortune, but Chris is heir to the family fortune we would label crippling debt. I'm here today to talk. If you guys don't know, if anyone's new on here, I'm here today to talk to you about direct mail and what it can do for your business. And I know what some of you are thinking. Excellent, Bob, direct mail. Do you have any other marketing techniques from the 1960s that we might be interested in? Direct mail is kind of the laughing stock of the marketing world. Direct mail and Luther Landro. Can you clarify your first name? Yes. My first name's Jake. At this point, I answer to Bob or Jake. It doesn't matter. A long time ago, I had 3 different businesses, and they were all different. And I didn't know. I would get phone calls, and people would be saying Jake, and I wouldn't know which business they were talking about. So I started creating 3 different names so that if they call me Jason, I knew that was for this business. And then for this one, it was Bob. So I knew if they were calling for Bob, I knew that it was this one. So that's how that kind of happened. Chris Campbell says direct mail's the redheaded stepchild. Bob laughed at Luther Landro. I think Luther Landro's on his 7,000th make $1 million today thing. But in all seriousness, I'm going to try to make this entertaining. I'm going to try to keep this show short. I'm going to try to keep it 20, 30 minutes. I don't know how I'll do that. I'll try. Yeah, so I've divided this up into different segments, and I'm trying to keep track of everyone on here, trying to keep track of your comments, trying to not to get off track either. Oh, I'm giving away product. So I didn't make anything special today, unfortunately. I wanted to, but I just didn't have the time, but I'm going to do that on future episodes. I am going to make maybe little cheat sheets or little products, and I'm going to give them away to any of you that are live. So any of you that are live right now, if you have if there's a product of mine that you don't have that you want, I am more than happy to get it to you. Just write a comment in here so that I know you were here when it was live. I really appreciate that a ton. And just send me an email and tell me what you want. Ernie Barrett's there. He called me a slacker. Ernie, don't say that. Anyone seen Ernie? He's got a bald head and he's got a big old beard. He brought his beard here today. Ernie, if you were getting paid by the hair, your beard would make you rich and your head would make you poor. Ernie can't do marketing full-time. He has to do it part-time because his full-time job is maintaining that beard. One product, Mary. One product. One-time product. Catrice is here. Thank you for coming, Catrice. Ernie's laughing. Yeah, I'm trying to keep track of everybody. There's 50 of you here. Say hi. Anyone who's here, say hi, please. We all love each other. So product giveaway, just send me an email after. Let me know what you want, and I will send it to you. Kim Senny, hi. Steve, hi. What's on the back wall? I put up I think you're talking about back there. I put up a whole bunch of 9x12. I just picked up some random 9x12s of different members, and I started posting them up there. I put them up with fun tack over my whiteboards. So eventually I'm going to fill that whole wall, which will be cool, right? I want to thank everyone for sending suggestions for this show. I got a ton of them. I read every single one of them. I didn't reply to everyone, but I read every single one of them, which is awesome. I think I got about 100 of them, and they're great ideas. It's enough to keep this show going, so definitely. Rob Gunderman, thank you. I'm going to mention you in a second, buddy. From Norman, Oklahoma, Rachel. Wow, Oklahoma. Tom Gaddis is from Oklahoma, too. He's moved to Hawaii. He's probably one of the smarter ones of us. Let's go. Let's do, I got Marketer Spotlight. You know what? This really bothers me. I had all these nice boards made, these giant boards, that my assistant Danielle made, drew by hand, and they were going to say like all the different segments and stuff. And then I realized that on Facebook Live, on your phone, on Androids, it flips the image and everything's backwards. And you can't, they're useless. You can't flip it around. You can only do it on iPhone, which really stinks. So I had all these things. Bob Cairn! You're here, Bob. Bob, I didn't think you were going to be here. Bob lives in upstate New York, and I think like New Jersey sometimes too, but he runs a tile and grout cleaning business. Yeah, he cleans tile, grout, cleans carpets. I used to just call that Mom. I'm really glad he came. Matt Dorman, thank you. Hi. Richard Jones, you're in Oklahoma too. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Bradley's saying my shirt's on backwards. Yeah, no, it's on right side up, but the stupid Facebook Live flips it around. I can't, if I flip the phone around, I won't be able to see myself. I won't even know if I'm on there. Jen Thomas, hi. Nicholas Priotti, 50 miles away from me, that's it. He's a mail carrier, awesome. Do your signs on plexiglass. Yeah, put it on cardboard or whatever. Chris Rock from Central Florida. Chris Rock's here. Hey, Chris, how's it feel being the least important Chris Rock? Chris, I got to mention, Chris, I watch your Facebook. Chris is opening a micro craft brewery. He loves like craft brew. He's opening a brewery. Obsessed with, from your Facebook, looks like you're obsessed with craft beer. In the last few years of your life, you'll be obsessed with your liver. Wendy. Yeah, I can't do it from the laptop. Too many connections and stuff. I just want to put the phone on and just have it go. Eventually, we'll get there. Rock Pit Brewing. Everyone check out, if you like beer or whatever, Chris Rock is opening Rock Pit Brewing. Awesome. Unbelievable. Oh, Robert Goff. I hope I'm okay answering these comments. I hope I don't go off track. I'm trying to keep up this stuff. Nick Leonakis. Robert Goff in Rochester just asked if there's any update to the group deal system. On postcards, for a long time, I was running group deals from a service through Constant Contact that managed it all. And that's no longer. We've been searching for a solution a long time. But Robert, get with Nick Leonakis. He's in this right now. You probably saw his comment. He has like a special solution for it. And he just ran a card that had it. So you should probably talk with him and see what his solution is. I should probably look into that as well. Nick also does specializes in like birthday marketing too. He's got some setup with birthday marketing that I know is really works for him. So that would probably be good for some of you guys. Robert Francis, where in Florida? I just everyone's from Florida. Like everyone is in Florida, and I don't know Florida geography at all. I've never even been in Florida. Never. Curtis McCafferty can't stay long. He's got an appointment. Yeah, you can watch it later, but I appreciate you getting here. Curtis used to be a cop. He's in Texas. Now he sells marketing to politicians. Yeah, he's a Texan. He sells marketing to the most powerful men in Texas. So I'm not going to crack any jokes about him. None. Nick Leonakis is if you can't tell, he's Greek, so he's probably listening to Yanni right now. He's got Live at the Acropolis on in the background. I can hear it. The change of seasons. The Groupon style is awesome. I had a postcard with the Groupon style I was going to show, but I don't have that. We'll get to that another time. Let's talk about some of you guys. I had a nice board that said Marketer Spotlight. This is going to be a segment that we're going to do often. I am going to shout out some of the marketers in our community that have had some recent successes. Any of you that want to be featured, doesn't matter what you're selling, even if it's not direct mail. If you've got some kind of nice thing to share, let's share it for everyone, because I think we should support everyone. It's important. Rachel Caligy, I don't know if you're here. I may have missed you, but you're on your 7th card. You just noticed you're on your 7th card, and you've been updating us along the way. And Rachel's going to be on a podcast this week. I got to get with you, Rachel. We're going to record this podcast this week. 7th card. It was her birthday the other day. She said, I just want to sell these last 4 spaces. She spent 90 minutes on the card she's filling now, and it's almost full. 90 minutes, that's it. And she almost filled that card. And she said she happily reported tackling a really tough area. She had a horrible area. She had an area she actually lost money on the card. And she decided that was not going to get her down. She went back and she reported that she sold the entire card in that new area that she tackled again in 4 days. Just 4 days. Leo Salgado in New Jersey, he's printing 10,000. I was supposed to get it today, but I think he's going to give it to me tomorrow. So he just did 10,000 9x12s, his first one. Great job, Leo. He already has 5 spots lined up for his next card, which is even better. Danielle Lou, is she here? Danielle, you here? You told me you were going to be here. She just sold 20,000 9x12s. Her first one. She did 2 10,000 piece zones. 20,000 of them. Nick Leonakis sold, he's on his, 2nd or 3rd 10,000 piece card, and he sold this one in 1 week. He finished it while he was on vacation. He charges $600 for large ads and $500 for small. So those of you who say that you can't get $500-$600, you absolutely can. There's not really a big difference between $400 and $500. There really isn't. You might as well go for $500-$600. And he said it was nothing fancy. Nick said there was nothing fancy about doing it. Just do it. He said, go out, fail, look stupid, figure out what it takes. Just go do it. A lot of people are saying they're going to go by his Chris Rock's brewery. If I was into beer, I'd go, but I like wine, some liquor. Beer, I can't get the taste of it. Rob Gunderman, 10,000 9x12s, great job. Selling them for good prices too, $400 to $500. Scott Meisner, you put out 30,000. You've done a ton of cards over the years, but you just did a 30,000 piece mailer. We haven't heard any updates on that, but you just did it. I'm sure, and it's 11x14. That's bigger than 9x12. This, by the way, guys, this is a sample 9x12. This is a big card. 11x14 is like this much taller and this much longer. It's huge. It's massive. 11 by 14. You can order these. You go to highresponsemarketing.com/samples, and I've got packs of these that you can order if you want to get into selling the 9 by 12 system. And you can go to my website, highresponsemarketing.com, and you can sign up for free. I've got a newsletter list and also a free local marketing guide that will get you started. David Boykin in Georgia, he just sold an M6. Great job. He went through Monica's coaching program. Monica got him that M6, so that was a big shout out to Monica too if you're here. Monica has put, if you haven't listened to my podcasts, Monica has sold many M6s and 9 by 12s over the years, and two notable things, she sold them while on bed rest, on doctor's bed rest when she was pregnant. It was amazing. Never left the bed. Lauren Elliott in Iowa, 5,000 9 by 12s. You just sold your first one. Great job. These are all people just within like I picked the last 2 weeks. Brian Donahoe in Florida, you just sold another 5,000. Great job. This is, I don't know, your 4th or 5th. Kevin Malin, 5,000 in Michigan. I can't keep going on these too long. If you send me extra information, I will share it with other people on how you did your recent cards, how it went. I got a couple things that stood out from your suggestions, and I plan, like I said, I think I got about 100 suggestions of content to put on the show, and that's gonna a lot of it's gonna make it on future episodes. But there's 2 questions that I got that I think were worth going over here. Sean O'Brien from Dublin, Ireland asks, well, actually, he's from Dublin, but he also said he's in Brittany. Isn't that in France? I don't know where he is, but he's somewhere over there. Jake, any advice on demonstrating authority when starting out or getting reviews on Google just to get some authority, just an idea? And I picked this one out because this is a common concern. When you're just starting out, you're worried that you're not going to be perceived as an authority, that no one's going to know you. You've got to somehow build this reputation. A reputation can go a long way. It can do a lot for you. But when you're starting out, you can't really fake that. You can't just throw up a bunch of stuff on Google and make it sound like you're this big company. You can't do that locally. You can do that kind of stuff if you're an internet marketer. If you're like running an e-commerce store or something, or you're running a service that's internet-based to the world, because that's how people, when they're looking for online services, that's how they search. But Chris Campbell asked me that question after. Just wait like 5 minutes. You can't try to build a fake reputation locally. It's not a good idea. Local business owners are really in tune, and if they haven't heard of you, it means you're not well known. Like, you can't really be convinced by going online and making this like fancy website. It's not going to do it. So, Thomas Dixon, I see you. Thomas Dixon, I hate to get off track. I actually love watching your face. You show up on my Facebook all the time. And Thomas lives in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and he has an insurance company, the life insurance. And he does an excellent job. Like, you're constantly out there producing content. You're putting out funny things. You're like, I don't even care about life insurance. I mean, like, I know it's super important, but like, you are the guy that I think of when I think of life insurance. You do a great job just putting out content all the time. I think it's great. But back to about reviews and stuff and how to look credible. Levi Baker says, I seriously could care less what perceptions others have about me. That's dead on. You have to just go in like yourself. You don't need to build this reputation, this fake reputation, because admit it, it's fake. If you're trying to build something like this, it's fake, and that's not good. Just go in, be yourself, dress how you feel comfortably, whatever makes you confident. You're just another business owner. That's all you are. You're another business owner talking to another business owner. You're not like a subordinate to them. You're not trying to impress them. You are just another business owner. You don't need to you don't need to prove your credibility. You don't. The quicker you can get rid of that junk in your mind, the better. The best credibility you can get is to have other business owners recommending you. And that's just going to come from doing a good job and getting a few clients under your belt, getting them happy about something, and they'll start recommending you. And what you can do is force that. Anytime you're talking to a new business owner, name drop those other ones you know. You know, call Jim over at whatever auto place, you know, talk to him about all the business that we've gotten him. So when you start mentioning other business owners and that you've done work with, and they start mentioning you, that's all the credibility you need. Like, you don't need to build this huge online reputation. That stuff is for internet marketing, where you're trying to get a global crowd or a national crowd. But at the local level, just be yourself. That's all you've got to do. Mr. Subtle, can you pause for 3 seconds? No, I can't. Sorry. Go join Scott Becker and Chris Campbell and Bob Well. A lot of upstate New Yorkers. Steve DeMarco at Rochester area. Yeah, a lot of them. It's great. Catrice asked, do we need to have a website starting out in local? No, you don't. Please don't. All that stuff is it's just going to slow you down. You're going to have the website and it's going to mean nothing. That's what happens. You spend all this time. Believe me, I have wasted lots of time working on things that I thought were going to do all this stuff and get all this credibility and whatnot, and it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. You will know when it's time to get a website. You don't need that. A Facebook page is fine, a Facebook business page, or just slap some kind of WordPress thing together really quick if you feel the need for it, but you really don't. Your desk is cleaner than you thought. This is not my desk. My desk is in another office over here. This is an area of the office that I don't use a whole lot. So I've just kind of this is actually a conference table that I cleaned off. And I have literally, if you were to look on the other side, there's 1, 2, 3 desks there. There's phones all over the place. All this stuff that like we mix and match stuff when needed. So this was cleaned off just for this. The carpets are actually filthy. It's disgusting. I just threw some lamps back there to try to make it look nice and whatnot. Classic cup, you see that? I can't remember who got this. I think my wife got this for me, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah, if you're watching. I don't even think she's watching. Janelle Butler asked me a question, too, that I'm going to go over. I would like to see more info in our space on how to take all of the products that come out in the local IM space and make them into a real business that we can be proud of and not just chase the trends and shiny objects. My goal is to build a business that I'm proud of that really serves my community and the local businesses around me. So Janelle is suffering from what a lot of people do. They have all these different things that they can do, but they don't know what to do long term. There's so much information, there's so many products out there, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. And sometimes people come up with really cool things that may work for a while or are nice add-ons, but I rarely ever see products, training products or methods that come around that are like you can build an entire business on. Like 99% of all the stuff that you see they're just things to add to your business. And you can make like an assortment of things and put them together, but you really have to have that one core thing that your whole business revolves around, or that gets you new business so that you can sell them other things. And to me, it's obvious. It's 9x12 or M6. It's shared postcards are really, if you're looking for something to build a real business on, that's what you should do. Because you can use it as a tool to get people in cheaply and still make money while they're coming in, but also you can use that as your sole business. You survive just on it, but you can also bring in people and then sell all the other little stuff that you want. I mean, there's really no question about that. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't really know any other methods that you can build like a community business on solely and like have it long term, have it constantly growing, constantly working. You're not worried about if it's going to stop working or go out of style after a while. Shared postcards are really, really, really good. It's probably the best thing to do. Yeah, I probably should do more videos on pitching stuff. The problem is that when I start putting other people on camera and I start like recording conversations, there's like legal things that I don't want to get in trouble with. I don't want to mess with. And I just don't want to, I got to be careful about that. Some news, I am behind on releasing products. I really need to release more stuff. I don't release enough content that I should. I'm going to put out an M6 product. Everyone is constantly asking if there's some kind of training on M6. I always recommend Monica's product on M6 because it's really good, and it's her faceless product where it involves no face-to-face prospecting, which is great because she's really good at that, and I'm not so great at that. I'm more of a face-to-face person, cold calling, emailing too, but really just getting out there and talking with business owners. So I'm going to do a like soup to nuts thing on M6. That's going to come. I'm going to do 2 podcasts next week, one of which is with Rachel Caligie. I have to redo that one because we did one and we went too long. It's going to take too long to edit. And I wanted to thank all of you for buying my recent product, Postcard Hurdle Breaker, which went over really well. And if you haven't picked that up, I think you should get it because that smooths out like every problem you could ever have with 9x12. Yeah, Cameron, advanced product on consulting. Consulting is funny because I used to be really scared of doing consulting. I never thought I was really good enough to do just general consulting. And then I did some of it and loved it. And seriously, that's all I would do if I could. I would just do consulting. It's that good. I do have some techniques that would really, really help anyone who has never really done consulting for other businesses. But I really have to organize that into a product. It's nothing I could really go over in like 10 minutes. Thank you, Chris Rock, for enjoying Hurdle Breaker. I really love that product. Long time coming. Stupid stuff I did this week. There is some stupid stuff that I did this week. I think this should be a good segment of this show because I don't do everything perfectly. I make a lot of mistakes. We all do. Anyone that tells you they're not making mistakes or doing something stupid, trust me, they're doing a lot of stupid things. I printed the wrong card for Lauren Elliott. I don't know if he's in here. He's in Iowa. I printed his 9x12 and I printed the one from his like last month or something. It looked almost identical. And I'll tell you how you can solve these things. Demand proofs from me. Because once in a while when things are like in a rush, we'll push it through and won't send you a proof. Always get a proof. It would have solved that. So I had to print it again for Lauren, so I kind of messed that one up. And I didn't do a whole lot of stupid things this week, which is great, but I have 3 clients that I just have completely ignored. So I'm just admitting it on here that like they want to buy all this stuff, and I have ignored them because I've been spending too much time preparing for this Facebook Live show. Another stupid thing I did was listen to that Baby Shark song. Have you guys heard that? If you don't have kids, you may not have heard it, but do not go on YouTube and search Baby Shark. It's got 13 billion views. Do not listen to the Baby Shark song. Catrice asked, I love Catrice, she asked me to do a segment, like a mental minute segment. Because like a lot of people, they see all these success stories. They see people having success. They see people going out there and they're making it happen. But they don't know that something in their mind is like telling them that they can't do it or that they're going to mess up. They're going to screw up. I understand. I understand that. And it's normal. Here's what you can do. Here's a couple things you can do. 1, whenever you're nervous about talking to other business owners, this works for me. It's probably going to work for most people. Listen to pick out music that's going to get you pumped up. And that's really important. Like put on some music that's really going to get you pumped up. Go get in the car, go drive around, and go tell yourself you're going to go stomp that door down and talk to the business owner. Never go in there like a subordinate. You're not there we talked about this earlier, you're not there as a subordinate. You are there as another business owner. And what I do is I start thinking in my head who this business owner is, and I keep calling him an idiot in my head. I sing this idiot, stupid moron, and a lot of cuss words too, and I go, because I just want this picture in my head that they're so stupid, and then I gotta go in there and I gotta straighten them out. Otherwise, I get these visions in my head of like these people that are gonna tell me no. and these people that are gonna, kick me out or tell me not interested, I start feeling small. But if I go in there and I start thinking this idiot does this idiot, I look for stupid things in the store, stupid location, dumb product placement, that's kind of stuff. It sounds ridiculous, but it really makes, I want that business owner feeling small to me. Like I'm gonna go in there and straighten them out. So I don't know if that'll work for you, but it works for me. That's how I do it. Thank you. I'm getting a lot of people saying it's great content. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm trying to keep up with these comments, but the problem is they only show like 2 or 3 at a time. So like I see one quick and then it's gone. So I don't really know how to go look again. Here is, this is cool. I'm going to try to give you a marketing shortcut every week. Something that's going to help, that's not going to take a lot of brain to digest, but be respectful, Robert Brennan said. Yes, you don't talk down I never talk down to a business owner. This is all in my head, all in your head. It's just a mind trick so that you're not intimidated by things, because we don't do things because we're intimidated by them. But if you get in your head that these people, I guess it's probably like when people say they talk to a crowd and you imagine them in their underwear or whatever. It's a similar thing like that. You don't actually talk down to business. I've never talked down to business owners. But this is probably going to be my favorite segment of the show, marketing shortcuts. Today, I'm going to show you something real quick and very helpful. I get asked a lot, especially with restaurants. I'm using restaurants as an example, but they don't know what offers to put that are going to drive response, and they don't know how to convince business owners to put good offers. Here's a really easy way to do that, because there's nothing worse than selling a restaurant that should be getting lots of response, and they put something like 10% off or something. Here's a really cool thing to do. It's really easy. Go buy a Sunday newspaper where there's lots of ads and pull out the chain restaurant ads that they look like these. So these flyers they're always in Sunday newspapers. And use these to show them what successful restaurants are doing to get people through the doors. And these will give you exactly what to put for offers. And it's like all the credibility you need, because there are other successful restaurants that are doing it. So here you've got 15% off. It's not really that great, but it's something. But these, you got $5 off without any $25, $3 off, $2 off. Kids eat free on Sundays, which is nice. They got 3 different coupons. It invites not only 3 different visits, but also 3 different options. So you're not just putting one different option. This one. And this is kind of like a local chain. And I've noticed that they don't do as strong of offers as national chains, but they're still pretty strong. But if you look at a national chain, like this one is 99 Restaurant, you'll see the kind of stuff that these guys do to bring in business. This is a big reason why a lot of people will go to chains over local restaurants, because they'll put such great offers on. This is 20% off entire lunch, $5 off any purchase 25, free appetizer. These are the kind of things that will bring in people. Someone might be thinking, where am I going to go today? And then they've got this, and it's like, oh yeah, let's go here. It's a free appetizer for $5 off. Get your clients to mimic these things, and they'll see a huge difference. Huge difference. So what you do is just carry these around. You just bring them with you. Bring them with you. Stick them in your clipboard or whatever, and just pop them out when you need them. I bet most of you, probably 90% of you, when you're going talking to business owners, you don't have any samples of things that other businesses are doing like this, when all it takes is opening a Sunday newspaper and picking out the thing to show as examples. This is one came in the mail at our house, Joanne Fabrics. But look at this. They send 5 different coupons. 30% off, 20% off, 50% off. These are how real businesses get people in. So just show. Here's an idea. Show that. That's the marketing shortcut of the week. All food establishments do 10% off if you have to make the office big. They can't believe it. Take samples of other offers. Yeah. It's like a super simple thing, but so many don't think to do that. Even now, sometimes I forget to do it. Last thing I want to go over is product spotlight. I'm going to feature a product that I think is worth recommending, and this week it's Mark Helton's Gamified Leads. Have you seen that? I think it's pretty cool. It's a really good product. Mark hasn't released anything in 5 years. He's almost strictly into the mortgage business, but he's got this really good system of generating these mortgage leads for loan officers and loan originators, whatever they call them. And if you can generate them for a couple bucks and sell them for $3 or $4, I think that's a pretty cool thing to check out. I'm not even promoting it as an affiliate. I'm just recommending that. I think that it's the product that stood out this week out of the things out there, that if you're looking for something to check out, it's probably worth it. That's pretty much all the content I have set for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will answer some questions if anyone wants to ask anything specific. Here comes the pitch, Cameron says. Yeah, no, there's no pitch. There's no pitch. It's really hard to read these things, especially my eyes are terrible. I'm supposed to wear glasses. I got glasses a year ago, and I wore them for like 2 months, and then now I stopped wearing them. Troy Shingleton, what was it called? Mark Helton's Gamified Leads. Something to do with game. It's like how they originate them. It's through like a fun way of originating them. Is this going to be every Friday, Mark? Yes. I'm going to run this every single Friday, 2 p.m. I will be here Friday at 2 p.m. I would appreciate anyone that shows up live. Bob Lowe, got to run to the brewery. Thanks, Jake. Yeah, thank you, Bob. Nick Leonakis, thanks. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone that's showing up live. Jeff Young, do you still own that online printing site? Yes, of course. Printingforsupercheap.com. That's my printing site. Ernie Barrett, I'm shocked that we haven't heard one of the 100 kids that you have yet. I'm not at home. I'm in the office. What do you want to see kids running around all over the place? Someone asked, I think it was Brian, how many members do we have? We got like 500 in our community, 505 or something. Thank you, Craig. I appreciate it. You know, these Facebook Lives, like I see people running Facebook Lives, but it's never like in a format. It's never like, I don't want to say interesting or fun because I don't want to knock other people's Facebook Lives. I encourage them to do it, but I think I just not entertained by them. And my attention span is so short. I need things that are entertaining fast. So I hope I did that for you guys. How many 9x12s do I print per year? Cameron asked. I don't know. At one point I kept keeping track of it, but we print 7 to 10 a day, every single day. Catrice, what's a good way to grow and scale a postcard business? Too much to talk about today. We'll have to save that for another. Send me an email so I can cover that in another episode. I'll spend about maybe like 5-10 more minutes answering questions. Still have appointment setting division. Yes, Steve. Maybe in the next episode I'm tethered to my camera through this microphone, which goes down here under the conference table and up here. But if I went in this other part of the office, you'd see callers. I don't offer appointment setting as a service anymore. We have all the business we can handle, and I'm not ready to handle more callers. Can't do it. Can't train more callers, and I burned through so much money training them, and then you guys get bad leads, and by the time someone's good, like it's just not. I can't do that to you guys. Thank you, Bradley. A lot of nice things that you guys are saying. I'm probably going to wrap this up in a couple minutes. There's 73 of you here. I'm really surprised that many. You know what's funny? Not one other product creator, marketer person gave me any support for this. So I appreciate all of you guys who are out there in the trenches for supporting me. You sent me so many emails and encouraging me to do this, but I didn't have anyone say like, oh yeah, great job, Facebook live show, for all these people that hit me up to promote their products all the time. You know? I thought I would have gotten more support on that, but oh well. Chris asked how many 9x12s. I think it's like 7 to 10 a day that we do. Every single day. Every day. Somewhere around that. Maybe some days there's like 5 or something, but I would say 7 to 10. Bradley Stewart, do you have a script for calling that you can share? We'll probably do an episode on scripts. Because you can't... Here's the thing about scripts. I can't just give you a script and you're going to do great with it. Like, here's the magic words to say, because the secret... Yes, Mary Teresa McLean, we're all you need, yes. The secret to scripts is in the tonality. It's how you say things. And there's a lot like understanding why certain things are in the script and why they're placed in certain parts and when to pause, how fast to say something, the inflection, like that. You can read the same script as I am, and one of us may have a tremendously different result because of the tonality that we use, the timing that we use. So scripts, if me just giving you a script doesn't, it's like an actor. You can give the same script to many different actors, but certain ones are going to read it in a totally different way. It's going to have a totally different meaning. And that's why I can't just give you a script and like, here's the magic words. It's how you say it, not what you say. Rob Gunderman, I actually don't use Reference USA that much. I use Database A to Z, but it's the same thing. You just got to go through and download like 250, 500 at a time. Every library is different. There's some libraries that will let you download 1,000 at a time. And it's just, I think if you're in a big library system, because they have like licenses that they kind of figure how much that library system will use, and the bigger library systems will allow you to download more in one time. But you just got to download 250 at a time, 250 at a time. That's all you can do. Shane Warren, Jordan Belfort, Straight Line. Yeah, I've learned a ton from that. I will definitely do an episode on scripts, but more importantly, episode on tonality. But you need that tonality. You can even have a bad script, and if you've got the right tonality, you can make that work. It's all in how you say these things. That's way more important than what you're saying. Kim Senny, where do I find a list of birthdays? Birthday marketing is really hot right now. A lot of people want to do birthday marketing. You've got to buy it. You got to buy it, unfortunately. You got to buy birthday list. But you can still get new movers for free, which is a great alternative. Catrice just got signed up at the Brooklyn Library. Yeah, nice. I don't think... Catrice, you must be talking about Brooklyn. Where are you, Catrice? I can't remember where you are, but you're not in New York. I think you're in Georgia or something. Cameron, how do you decide what your team is going to prospect each day? Sometimes we want to sometimes certain callers want to target certain niches, and that's okay, but then they get attached to certain ones. We have a map that we just go through. Hey, we haven't called this area in a while, and if it's not hitting, then we move to a different area. We just kind of go around the map. A lot of it's time zones. A lot of it is is it on a Saturday? Is it on a Monday? There's certain businesses that we won't call on certain days. The time zones, and sometimes it's just let's call this state, let's call this place. When I having luck here, let's call here. So we just kind of bounce around. It's different if you're calling just locally yourself, because you can't be that selective. But since we've got a bunch of people working, we can be more selective. Thanks, Tony Ramos. Thank you for showing up. I was practicing yesterday. I got on the camera, made sure like it was all working and everything. There was a freaking fly that I don't have a fly swatter in here, and it was just it was landing on my hat and stuff. It was horrible. But he's gone. I don't know where he went. I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. So I really appreciate you showing up. I hope I gave you enough content. I actually skipped some of it just because I didn't want it to run off too long. But I'm gonna do this every Friday, 2 p.m. every single Friday. So thank you guys a lot for showing up. It means a lot. I know not everyone can show up live, but for 70 or so of you who did and took the time out of your day, thank you a lot. All right, guys.